Hey, Zach Mirz here, and I'm an illusionist, and I'm hanging out with Mr. Joe today. We're podcasting, talking about magic, and having a good time, and I might do a trick or two as well. So make sure you comment, subscribe if you like this episode, and let us know what you think.
Allison, we need a target card because every knife needs a target. So in a moment, you're gonna reach over, you're gonna pick up a chunk of cards and you're gonna show it to the guys. Guys, please remember that bottom card, but it's really important that neither of us see the card.
Okay.
Just the guys, and then you're gonna put it right back onto the deck of cards. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Go ahead and pick up a chunk of cards. All right, show it to the guys. Guys, please remember that bottom card. You guys got it? All right, and put it back onto the deck of cards. Now, Allison, I'm gonna find your card. Hold.
Oops.
All right, it's okay. All right, here's the thing. If you would have stabbed a little bit harder, you could have stabbed to any one of these cards. Penn, what was the name of your card?
Three of spades.
Three of spades. Whew. The three of spades.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Voice Podcast. Today, I'm joined by a very talented magician, Mr. Zach Mirz. Welcome, Zach.
Joe, so nice to meet you, man. Your mom was lovely to put all this together. It's an absolute honor. I got a question. Out of all the magicians in the world, why do I get the honor to hang out with you today?
Well, I think you're really talented. In my opinion, it's really cool. All your different tricks you could do. I like your tricks more.
So where have you seen me before? I'm just curious.
Well, I can tell you my favorite trick that you've done. That's easy. I like the one where you stab through the solid block, basically.
Oh, you saw that one?
That was really cool.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a really could I get your opinion on something? I'm not going to do too many magic tricks, but I wanted to show you something I'm working on.
Sure.
Okay. So as a magician, when they see me virtually, a lot of people think I force cards on you or I impose something so you could think about it, and then the trick. I don't want you to think that at all, okay? I don't want the viewers to think that at all, okay? So I got a deck of cards right over here, Joe. All right? I wrapped it around. I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to roll my sleeves up so you don't think there's any bunny rabbits or top hats or anything like that, okay? Genuinely, deck of cards, regular deck of cards. Do you want the red cards or the black cards?
The black card. I'll choose the black.
You want the black cards? Are you sure?
Yes.
Now, do you want to keep the black cards or do you want to eliminate the black cards? That's very important. Now, don't let me influence you, okay? A lot of people think I'm influencing. I don't want you to think I'm influencing. Do you want it or do you want to eliminate it?
I'll keep it.
You'll keep it. Okay, good. Good. All right, so you got the spades and the clubs. Which one do you want to keep?
Spades.
Do you want to change your mind?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
A lot of people are thinking I'm going to influence you. Are you sure you want to keep the spades?
Yes.
Okay. Now you got ace through king, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jacks, queens, kings. Which ones do you want? Which one card do you want?
The kings.
So you want the king of spade.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. 100% sure.
You don't want to change your mind?
Nope.
Okay. Positive?
Yes.
Okay. So check it out. Inside of this deck of cards, if I did this correctly, before I was like, what would Joe do? What would Joe do? And I took one card and I turned it around in the middle of the deck of cards, Joe. And you said the king of spades. Is that right?
Yes. How the hell? I'm sorry.
Yeah, your mom. You don't let your mom hear that. There we go. Isn't that cool? I'm working on it, okay? So it's just kind of experimental right now.
Okay. Wow. That's really
like that. I'm really, really glad you like that. So those are the kind of things I do, Joe. I just, what's funny about magic tricks is you have to fail a lot. So these kind of interviews or just walking up to a table, people drinking Starbucks, you just go and just try things on them. And for the most part, you don't do it very well, but you do it over and over and over again. And you do it enough times where you tweak it just a little bit so it's just right. So you can do it in front of a big audience television, or whatever you want. And you know that, you've been doing this podcast forever. Have there been like tips and tricks you've learned along the way as well?
Couple, yeah, some like editing tricks, some like little things I add to the podcast to make it cooler, in my opinion.
Nice. Well, I'm a big fan of you, Joe. I'm a really big. What got you into podcasting?
Well, I just figured I start doing this like help spread positivity, cheer people up,
Wow, that's really cool. Do you do like multiple? Excuse me, I got a little cough today. Do you do multiple of these like every single day sometimes?
Sometimes. I think the most I did in one day was like 2 or 3, most.
Really? Now, do you have any siblings?
I have a brother, a little sister, and then an older sister.
Really? Okay, so you're kind of like in the middle, kind of?
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Very cool. That's awesome, man. Do you have any other hobbies outside of working nonstop doing this podcast thing?
Well, I like to write scripts, like movie scripts, TV scripts. Oh, that's like a little hobby I have.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's incredible. So just so you know, like as a magician, I'm always looking for script writers. Like I'll take a script and I'll be like, what can make this better? And in fact, I have people helping me out right now because I'm trying to make like a new trailer video for my magic show. So I pay people. I'm like, hey, look at the script. What could be better? What could you say? How do you make it punchier? What is the cadence? Like things like that. So people like you, I'm always looking for, Joe. So I might need to have another conversation with you outside of this podcast to help out with some of my scripting issues because I'm not a very good scripter.
I got you. I try to like write at least like a good amount each day to help me get like more. You know what I mean?
Really? That's really awesome. I think Steve Martin. Do you know Steve Martin? Familiar? He's like a comedian.
Yeah.
Do what?
I think they call him Wild Crazy Guy. I think they call him.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. He always says, just keep writing. He's just like, no matter what, just write a little bit every single day. Even if it's not coming to you, the ideas, he was like, at least write a little bit so you could compile a bunch of things over time and you just become a better writer. So I think what you're doing is great. I mean, you're killing it, man. I can't believe it's an honor to be part of your podcast. And I was so excited when my wife was telling me about what you're doing. So thank you, man. You know what? Can I do a giveaway too? I want to do one.
Sure, go ahead.
All right, I'll have my wife send you a couple of things. I'll do a deck of cards. I created a deck of cards. Okay. We will do. I don't know what deck of cards she's going to give you, but you could do it on the giveaway whenever this releases.
Okay.
All right. And you could say, hey, you got to like this video. You got to comment this video. You got to do something in this video. And then we'll do a free giveaway. And then you can send it out. And I'll give you one to keep too. I want you to keep a deck of cards as well.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
when you play poker with your friends, you could use that deck of cards. It's a cheating deck of cards, but don't tell anybody that. Oh, very cool, man.
Is there anybody you would like to see on the podcast that like blow your mind?
Magician-wise or just inspiration?
In
like
general.
people I look up to.
General. Anything.
So people that inspire me is a lot of comedians. My favorite comedian right now is Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
I love everything about him. If you could get Dave Chappelle on this show, I better get an invite as well.
I was actually going to ask you if I get him, can I invite you? I was actually going to ask you if I do get him, can I invite you?
100. I will fly and come hang out with you, and we could all hang out with Dave Chappelle. So I like Dave Chappelle. My biggest inspiration getting into magic is is David Blaine. So part of my story, Joe, I won't give you the full thing, but my dad is from Iran and my mom is from Afghanistan. So they flew here to really live the American dream, and because of the sacrifices they made to get here, I get to live my dream, right? When I was 1, my dad had an Italian restaurant in Texas, and one night he was robbed and he was killed. I was 1 at the time.
Sorry.
Yeah, man, it was difficult. Obviously, it's difficult. You know, we've all suffered. We've all been through things that should have, you know, probably we asked why and probably should have never happened to us. And sometimes we question all that of just the question why. And for me, I didn't find out till I was 8 because I was so young. I was 1. So I didn't find out till I was 8 or really process the idea that I didn't have a father. So I was sad and depressed. And for me, I wanted to keep it a secret. So magic was the perfect art form for me to run to because it was an art form really all about secrets. And it was an art form all about secrets. And as I was developing more and more tricks, I saw David Blaine on TV one day. Are you familiar with David Blaine?
I've seen some. Pretty cool.
All right. So me and my family saw it. It was the first time I really saw Mad. Like I went to a circus and saw like, you know, different acrobats and cool things at the circus. But like the first time I saw like magic was David Blaine on television. And he did this trick and it was about it. The kid was about your age, Joe. He took a card.
Okay.
Gave it to a kid. The kid turned around that card and that card changed. Okay? It changed. I don't know how, but it changed. And in my mind, I was like, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So I just started to dress like David Blaine. I started to talk like David Blaine. I started to do so many of the tricks I saw David Blaine do on TV. And then I grew a little older and I got more, you know, secure in who I was and started to talk the way I wanted to talk, dress the way I wanted to dress. And I wanted to create my own magic tricks, you know, magic tricks I hope people would like. And one day, out of the blue, David Blaine called me and he was like, hey, I found out about this thing. Do you want to hang out? I want to learn it from you. And I got to meet my hero that got to get me started on all this. And we became friends ever since. And it was an honor to just kind of be a small part of a bigger thing that he was creating. And it was one of the coolest experiences in my whole entire life. And it was the reason he was the reason why I get to even do this today, because if it wasn't because of his inspiration, I don't know what I would, you know, do today. So all that to say, man, I don't know who inspired you to do the podcast or all this, but you just never know when you're going to meet your heroes. And I think that's one of the coolest things about what we do. We start it, we love it, we become really, really good at it. And then you never know when you'll get a phone call from your hero saying, hey, I want to be on your podcast.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sorry, that's really cool.
Yeah, man, it really, really was. And he's the night. I know a lot of people say don't meet your heroes, but they could not be further from the truth. He was the nicest guy in the world. It was so fun to hang out with him, man.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Really, really sweet guy. So who knows? Maybe you and I and David Blaine can hang out at a podcast one of these.
That'd be cool.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Also, if I told you coming back for part 2 is that guy that played Schmidt, if you were curious and wanted to know. He's coming back.
Wait, what was it?
You know the guy that played Schmidt that from New Girl, Max Greenfield? He's actually coming back again.
That was my wife's fit. My wife was like, he got Schmidt on the show. I love that guy. So that's really cool. How old are you?
Okay, if you had to take a guess, how old do I look?
You could be 12 or 22. So.
Oh god. Okay, so believe it or not, at the start of quarantine, I graduated virtually high school.
Oh, okay. So you're what, 17, 18?
19.
Okay, 19. Very cool. Are you have plans to go to college, or are you going to do this whole podcast thing and get it up and running? What are your goals?
Well, I want to go to college, but it's still kind of closed down a little bit in a way. Because, you know, this damn COVID, you know.
Right. Yeah. Are they doing, are colleges predominantly meeting now, or are they still doing the whole virtual thing?
It's still virtual out here.
Oh, really? Wow. So I'm in Texas.
Okay.
So Texas is a little bit different. Like like, you know, people aren't wearing masks over here, and, you know, people are just kind of out and about. But it's a little bit more, I would say, aggressive the way it opened up than other states. So a lot of people here are going to actual, you know, school. the building and everything. But I suppose it just depends on state to state what the mandates are and everything. But I don't know much about politics. I just hear from my friends and look around and see what I observe and talk about it. So
yeah,
that's cool. Very, very cool. Well, congrats. He's going to be on episode 2. I better get an invite too for another episode. And
yeah,
maybe I can teach your viewers how to do a magic trick. Who knows?
I got you. Yeah, if you want. Like returning guests, like the return of magician Zach
Mirz, yeah. You know, my real name is Zikriya Sayed Mirzadeh. It's Iranian, but it was a little bit too hard for people to, I guess you could say, spell or pronounce as a stage name. So I had to change it to Zach Mirz. So that's my stage name. Zach Mirz is kind of the character I have created on stage for people. But me as a person that doesn't, that's not a magician. I'm Zachariah Mirzadeh. So,
wow.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? 50 Cent, the rapper.
Okay.
I read his book probably last year, and he said something so interesting. He said, he said, I'm Curtis Jackson. That's his real name. He's like, I'm Curtis Jackson, but the person I manage is 50 Cent, which is him. But that's his stage name. I always thought that was kind of cool, Joe. I don't know why. So he like kind of like differentiated himself from the person in the character or the performer. I always thought that was kind of fun. I wanted to do that after I read that.
Wow. Because like I go like on YouTube, I go by like Jay-Z Productions 26 because Jay-Z, my initials, and Productions producing the videos out. 26 is my favorite number. So.
Really? So, what's your last name? Are you allowed to say? What is it?
Zito. Zito.
Zito. Zito.
Yes.
That's a cool name too. If you just go by Zito, it's got a good strong ring to it. Zito. It kind of sounds like Big ZT too. Zito.
That's what this one announcer, like hockey announcer, he called me ZD. This is his nickname. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like,
really, really funny. That's so your mom is a wonderful person. It sounds like she loves you and cares for you. So would you say like your mom is like your manager a little bit? She kind of manages things like my wife manages my tour.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome. That's really, really cool. It's always fun when it's family too, so you could like, be like, hey, do this, and you don't have to be nice about it sometimes. Actually, your mom got mad at me. Because my wife came and they were like talking, and I was like, all right, get out of here, as a joke. But your mom didn't like that very much, so I gotta behave. I gotta behave a little bit more around your mom. So just testing the waters a little bit, you know what I mean? So I gotta be careful. I gotta treat Miss Dawn. I feel like I need, when I see her, I gotta give her like some chocolate and some flowers as a peace offering for my misbehavior. So I could tell she raised you well, man. I could tell she raised you really, really well.
Thank you, Zach.
My mom's from Afghanistan. So what's interesting is when I got in trouble growing up. So my mom's from Afghanistan.
Okay.
She had like a totally different discipline style than everybody else. Middle Eastern parents are pretty intense. They like, it's not like go to your room. It's like, hey, we're gonna hit you. Not hard, but enough where you won't do it again. So that's the way we grew up. So there's a comedian named Russell Peters in Canada.
Oh, I've seen him in this one movie. I forgot the movie, but I think I've heard of him. He's
been in movies too. Yes. Yeah. He had a bit where he was like, he's like, man, Indian parents hit kids and they hit them hard. He was like, I would be hanging out with my white friends, and he said something like, his white friends would be like, we got in trouble and we got sent to our room. And then Russell was like, you have a room? That's pretty nice. So he's one of my favorite kids. I love him so much. He's great. So
I actually know somebody that's really close to him. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like
is he in Canada?
Russell Peters or the guy that I know?
The other guy, yeah, the guy you're having on the second time.
Oh, well, Schmidt, where he's
Yeah,
from?
Schmidt. Yes, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name for some reason.
Well, he's in California. If that helps.
Gotcha. So Russell's is in Canada, from my understanding, but maybe he moved. But he's always traveling in America, touring and doing his show or whatever. So.
Because this guy I know, his name's Eric Bauza. I don't know if you're familiar with the voice actor. He's the voice of the new Bugs Bunny, Tweety Bird, all those fun little guys. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is I saw like 2 voice actors you brought in, and they were really good.
Which ones? There's so many different.
I think it was him, but then there was a female as well. I didn't like deep dive into all your videos because you have a ton, but it was a female as well. It was a voice actor. I gotta show you something. I forgot. I'll text it to you. But so I just hired a voice actor to do this for my magic show.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it too much, but it was expensive. Like voice actors, like they charge a lot of money. And I think it's just kind of cool. But I wanted like a British accent. And this is essentially it. It's this. Okay, guess how much this cost, okay?
Okay.
Guess how much this cost. Here we go.
This is a magic show. And this is your magician.
How much do you think that cost?
Okay. How many figures it is? How many? Is it like 2, 3, 4 figures? How many figures?
You just have to guess. So, I mean, how much do you think that would be?
Okay. I guess. And you said they're expensive. $100.
$350 for the 10 words or whatever that was. It was expensive. It was good. It was worth it because it was going to go into my show. But I was like, wow, I need to be a voice actor. So we need to be voice actors. That's what we need to be doing.
If you ever need like a voiceover thing, because I'm actually good buddies with all the voice people I've had on. For free, I got you if you want for free.
Are you serious? Joe, you need to be like you're gonna be like my new biggest connection. I'm gonna be like, hey Joe, do you know the President of the United States? Can you give me his number? I gotta give him a call. That's what it's gonna be. This is what this podcast is gonna turn into.
I got
a big network of people that you know.
I got you. Because I don't know if I also showed you this. Like, let me show you really quick. Let me show you really quick. Sorry. Okay, it's loading. My mom let me use the phone for the segment, not for the segment, but for like the podcast to show you. Let me show you really quick. Sorry, Zach.
No, you're good.
Okay, where's that? Okay.
So is this stuff gonna get like cut up? Are you editing all this, or is it just gonna be one big podcast like this?
I can edit whatever you want me to edit out. That's up to you. It's up to the guest.
Yeah, I trust you, man. You do whatever you think is best.
Okay, so I got, remember the guy that played Schmidt?
Yeah.
He sent this to me. It's like a little joke we have.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
That's really, dude, he's such a nice guy.
He's really cool because we have like a little joke. Because I don't know if are you familiar with the actor named Topher Grace?
Topher Grace. I don't think so.
He was in shows like That 70s Show. He was Venom in Spider-Man 3. He was a bunch of different things.
Really? Oh, yes.
Yes.
If you showed me a picture, yes.
Okay, I could show you a picture if that helps.
No, it's okay. But so what were you saying about him though?
Okay, well, we have like a little inside joke. Me and Max, the guy that plays Schmidt, we have like a little inside joke because I told him like Topher is one of my favorite actors. He says, "Oh, is he your favorite actor?" He's like, he likes to like mess with me. That's why I said Topher.
That's really, really funny. That's really sweet, man. That's really sweet. I'm my question to you, Joe, has it been hard to get people on the show? Has it been easy? Has it been hit and miss? Like, what's been kind of like the difficulty process? Like, what is, help me understand the process of all this, because I'm fascinated by this.
Sure. It's like a hit and miss sometimes. Like, it depends on the person's schedule. Depends if the person even wants to do it at all, because like sometimes people don't want to waste their time. No offense to
Yeah. You're not a waste of time, I don't think. You're so cool, Joe. Dude, we're gonna be friends. I'm gonna give you my number once I'll have Jordan text your mom, and then you could shoot me a text, your number, and we'll connect, man. But hey, can you remind my wife to send decks of cards out for you guys? Do one giveaway and then keep one for yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Did I say Zach said, so she doesn't think I'm like making?
Oh wait, say again.
Did I say Zach said? Do I tell my mom if she could say Zach said?
Yes, Zach said. No. Zach demanded that.
Zach demanded. Okay.
What's a better word than demand? Hold on. What's that website? Can you see my screen?
No.
Okay. No. Hold on. What's that? What's the worst? Like, what's the meanest word that you could tell your mom so she could get mad at me again?
Sorry, you're funny, Zach. I'm sorry, you're funny.
Demand. What is demand? Claimed interest required. Zach commanded. This is just kidding. Yeah, say Zach. Say, Mom, Zach commanded for Jordan to send 2 decks of cards out. ASAP. Oh, man. Your mom's going to be like, you're not allowed to hang out with Zach anymore.
It's really cool, though, in my opinion. Like, when I was showing her some of your videos, your magic tricks, she thought you were really cool. So.
Oh, cool. So I'm just curious, what was your favorite video that you saw? I always like seeing what people like the most.
Well, like, I don't know if you remember, I like the one with I don't know how you did it. The solid block where you stab through it. You know what I mean? I can't really.
Yeah. Did you find me on Jubilee?
Well, I first saw videos on YouTube, and then I saw that you were on Jubilee. I was like, why is that guy familiar? Oh, yeah, I'm subscribed to his channel. That's why he looks familiar.
Are you serious? So you were subscribed before you saw me on Jubilee? Really? That's okay. The way my wife said it is you found me on Jubilee, and then so have you ever been to one of my shows, like my live shows or anything?
I wish I could have, but no. Mm-hmm.
Really? Well, your mom said, I'm going to be there January. When is it? Let's see here. She said it's 45 minutes away. Let's go Oswego, Illinois. That's April 9th, 2022. I'm going to be in Illinois like 3 times till the end of the year, but they're far away from you. But the Oswego, she said, was 45 minutes. April 9th. So I'll send your mom this note too. Send your mom this message too. Mark your calendar for April 9th, and then I'll get you guys tickets to the show. Okay? And you guys can hang out with me backstage and stuff. I'd love to meet you in person.
Thank you, Zach.
April 9th. Don't forget though. Don't forget. Okay? You have to remember.
April 9th. So I'm gonna keep trying.
I'll already mark it on your calendar. That's an off day for you. No podcast that day. Just come hang out. Cool.
Thank you, Zach. That's cool.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure, man. I can't wait to get to know you more. That's really cool, man. Joe, you're really mature for your age, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're really who's been kind of the influences in your life to get you where you are right now?
How, like, my attitude, you mean, like, towards people?
Yeah.
My mom.
Really? That's really, really cool. She's a sweet, sweet woman.
She taught me to be nice to everybody and respect everybody, so.
That's really sweet. I see, if you don't mind me asking, I think it's a cross right there to your right. Mm-hmm. Is that a cross? Are you guys go to church as well, like youth group and things like that? That's really cool. Is your faith, does it mean a lot to you guys?
Yeah.
That's really cool. So I don't know if you know this about me, but a lot of, what I do in my shows as well, I partner with churches as well. And sometimes we do outreaches. So we do the show, and I get to share my faith, and it's actually a really, really cool kind of, outreach things that we get to serve other churches as well. In fact, I think the April 6th one is a church conference. I got to double check, but I believe it is.
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
So we get to do that. And my wife, you know, she's the one that's always talking to event planners and churches and things like that. And you know, I always we partner with a lot of prisons and halfway houses too, and we get to do magic, and I get to share my faith and battered shelters. And right now we're helping with Afghan refugees that are coming from Afghanistan here in Fort Worth, and it's just been a really, really cool kind of, you know, magic's been a great instrument to have these doors open to get to do what I do. I always tell people what you do doesn't matter, but why you do it means everything. So your podcast, it's like what you do, but how you do it and why you do it, I think means more. You know, I'm a magician, but why I do it is to help with humanitarian efforts, help Afghan refugees, go to prisons, do all these things. That's my why, right? Why is contributing into other people's well-being, but what I do is magic. It's the tool that helps me get to open those doors, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, believe it or not, I always put this in the podcast. You're actually the first person to recognize that was there.
Really?
Of all my guests, you're actually the first person to realize that was there.
Wow. So do you put it on purpose just so people could potentially ask about it?
I just put it there because I love God, so that's why I put it there.
You're such a good kid, man. That's really. Do you have a youth group that you go to?
Like sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really, really awesome. You should tell your group about me. Maybe I could come to your neck of the woods and we could do like a big event or something.
That'd be cool. I could say like this amazing magician. He's really cool.
Well, don't talk me up. You don't have to. Just say I know a guy that knows a guy that knows a guy that I could hook you up. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing, Joe. You could just go to anybody and be like, yeah, I know a guy that knows a guy that could probably get in touch with that guy that you're talking about.
You voiceover, like I said, I can help you out. Remember?
I will. You know, excuse me. I might need a. Can they do any voiceover? Really? And they're really good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I might take you up on that because I'm doing a new video I was telling you the trailer for my show. I'm creating it and it's gonna have kind of like that voice still.
Okay.
And there will be a piece where I'll need a new voiceover. So I'll hit you up about that.
I got you.
So cool. I think I'm actually going to take you up on that because I'm still trying to figure out what we're still in the scripting process and everything. So we're trying to figure out what all that looks like. But then once I understand what all that looks like, we could kind of plug and play and go from there. So Matt, you know, it's funny. It's like what I did, what both of us do. It's like so entrepreneurial. You know, it's like there is no structure to what you do. You just go out and you do it and you figure it out and your mom is calling, you know, it's just like constantly just creating, you know, and you don't really have a boss telling you what to do, which is scary. Sometimes it could be great, but it could also be scary. So you have to it sounds like you're very disciplined at what you do. You're just being very consistent at doing the small things to get you opportunities to do the bigger things, which is a great thing, man.
There's actually this voice actor, like one of the voice people. He's actually done over 600 plus roles, so it helps too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I found mine at, I think I just went to like voiceactors.com. That doesn't sound right. It was one of those agencies. And they did it. Because what I want to do, my new trailer I want to create is this. So I'm in a dark warehouse. It's like very scary and stuff. And I sit down and off camera, someone says, well, who is Zach Mirz? Right. And then, my script is, well, he is He's a character I created. And then from there, so the voiceover, who is Zach Mirz, is going to be off camera, kind of that British voice that you heard, right? And then from there, I want these really strong visuals in the trailer. So not just being on stage in front of large crowds. I could do that, but I've done that so many times in the past. I don't want to do that anymore. So I want like these really highly visual things, like me, like I want to have like a bed inside of a pool, and I want to sit on the bed in the pool in like a really nice suit and just like play with a deck of cards. And then I want like be in a forest and smoke, and I don't know, just these things that look very like I want to rent out a police car and do something with it. You know, just these weird visuals where it's like it's a character I created and it goes bam, 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 bam. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, I want to uninterruptedly stop those really pretty visuals and go back to the interview process and say, wait, hold on one second. I just want you to understand I'm not Zach Mirz. He's just a character that I play on stage. And then from there, it has my logo and everything. That's my logo over there. That little wooden thing right there. And then from there, it just basically ends the video. So it's 40 seconds, but it's very expensive because it's like movie production stuff, and cameras are very expensive, and so is lighting.
I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
Sorry to ask, if you ever, because I sometimes like to help edit, if you need help editing.
Yes, I would love that. And I could just, if you want to, Joe, I could just let you be part of the creative process. You know, I could, let's just keep an open communication channel, and I'd love to hear your thoughts and your script. I could send you the script. Once we think it's done, we could send you the script and you could let me know your thoughts. And then you could just like help with the blocking and the visuals and all that. Yeah, absolutely. You could totally, and then I could credit you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I could have you as one of the script writers in the credits at the end.
Thank you, Zach. I love helping people, you know, like I love editing, I love writing, I like spreading positivity, creativity, all that, you know.
I think that's really cool. I love man, I love you. I love your attitude. I love your mom. I would love to help in that way. And you know, just putting our names on certain things. People are like, hey, who is that Joe guy? We want to contact him. We like the script on this. And then you never know, you know, people are going to start calling you and be like, hey, we want to get on this podcast. We want to talk to this guy. How much is he? And you're going to be like, I am very expensive. And then you're going to become a millionaire, and you're going to invite me to your mansion, and we're going to hang out with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you, I actually have a signature quote too. I actually have my own signature quote.
Yeah, I would love to. What is it?
Okay, so if you try your best every day, you'll be the best you could be.
If you try your best every day, you can.
You'll be the best you could be.
You'll be the best you could be. If you try your best, you'll be the best that you could be. I love that. I love that, man. Gosh, you're great. So, is your whole family like this? Like the attitude and just the work ethic and just wanting, like your brothers and you guys are all like this?
Yeah.
Wow. I love that, man. I love that so much. Your mom did a great job.
Thank you, Zach.
Your mom did a really, really good job.
Also, if I get Russell Peters, I'll invite you too, right?
Oh my gosh. You invite any comedian, I'll be down to hang out. I always love talking. I think I like talking to comedians. I don't know. Magicians are fun too. I like talking to both.
I bet you had a comedian on that people say is like a legend in the comedy world. I bet you had on.
Who is?
Do you know who? I've actually had on a comedian that people say is like a legend for the comedian world. If you don't know who the guy is. Do you know who Tommy Chung is from Cheech and Chong?
Yeah. You're having him on?
He had him on. He was episode 51. He was a long time ago.
Are you serious?
Yes.
He's from Canada, right?
Yeah.
He's like an older guy. He's like 80.
Dang, you know, yeah.
Wow. What was it like talking to him?
It's pretty interesting, you know. He told some crazy, interesting stories, you know. interesting story.
That's awesome, man. That's really, really awesome. I love that. I love that. I love everything you're doing. I'm a big Joe fan. I'm a big Jay-Z fan.
Thank you.
At what I'm just curious, how long did it take you to do 100 episodes? Like, when did you start all this?
Well, when did I start doing podcasts?
Yeah, like when was your first one of these that you did?
April 29th of 2020.
April. So
29.
you've done 100 episodes in a little over a year.
Yeah.
Wow. That is incredible, man.
I already have episodes planned after episode 100 too. So
Yeah. I love that.